Did you know a group of retired criminals pulled off Britain's biggest burglary while stopping to take naps and argue with each other the whole time? Easter weekend, 2015. London's Hatton Garden Diamond District went quiet. That's when they moved. The gang had an average age of over 60. Brian Reeder, the eldest, was 76. These men had spent their whole lives doing this, and it showed in the plan. They rented a lift shaft in the building next door, lowered themselves down, then spent 3 nights drilling through a wall of reinforced concrete to reach the vault. The haul was staggering. Nearly 14 million pounds in cash, gems, and gold. But old habits destroyed them. One member kept parking his car directly in front of CCTV cameras. Another quit halfway through and went home. And when it was over, they couldn't stop talking. Police bugged their cars, listened to every word. Within months, the whole crew was arrested. They pulled off the impossible, then handed themselves over with their own mouths. Did you know a man pretending to be a Nigerian government official stole $242 million from a major bank and nobody noticed for years? Emmanuel Nude was a con artist from Lagos with a simple but enormous idea. He called Nelson Sakaguchi, a director at Brazil's Banco Noroeste, and introduced himself as the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria. He had a proposal. Nigeria needed to build a new international airport in Abuja. He wanted Banco Noroeste to help finance it. The returns would be massive. Sakaguchi believed him completely. Between 1995 and 1998, Sakaguchi authorized transfer after transfer through official banking channels. Real accounts, real paperwork, real signatures. $242 million moved quietly out of the bank and into accounts Nude controlled. Internal auditors reviewed the books every year and saw nothing wrong. The fraud only surfaced when Swiss bank regulators flagged suspicious transactions during an unrelated review. By then, Banco Noroeste had collapsed entirely. Nude was eventually convicted and sentenced to 25 years in Nigeria. The world's biggest advance fee fraud wasn't run from a basement. It was run through a boardroom. Did you know a democratic government once bombed a civilian ship, killed a man, and then gave medals to the killers? On July 10, 1985, French intelligence agents slipped into Auckland Harbor under the cover of darkness. They strapped explosives to the hull of the Rainbow Warrior, a Greenpeace protest vessel. The bombs detonated at midnight. Dutch photographer Fernando Pereira ran back below deck to save his camera. He never made it out. France denied everything, but New Zealand detectives moved fast. Within days, they arrested 2 French agents carrying fake passports. Both were convicted of manslaughter, sentenced to 10 years. Then France applied pressure, trade threats, political muscle. New Zealand handed the agents over to French custody at a remote Pacific base under a UN agreement that promised they would stay for 3 years. They were home in Paris within months. France awarded them military medals. No one served real time. No one faced serious consequences. The men who built the bombs and killed Fernando Pereira were celebrated as patriots. The cover-up worked. It just had to survive long enough to become history. Did you know a man once looked into an FBI camera, held up a briefcase full of cocaine, and said, "It's as good as gold," not knowing it would be played in court for millions to see? John DeLorean built a car that looked like the future. Gull-wing doors, stainless steel body, a dream made of metal. But by 1982, the dream was bleeding out. His factory in Belfast needed $17 million or it would collapse entirely. That's when the FBI found him. An informant got close, built trust, and waited for the moment DeLorean was most desperate. Then came the hotel room in California. 59 pounds of cocaine on the table. DeLorean on camera, smiling, saying those 5 words. The footage looked like a confession. The whole country thought it was over. But in 1984, a jury heard the full story. They saw how the trap was built. They saw who built it. Not guilty. Entrapment. The law let him walk. But that hotel room footage never disappeared. It just kept asking the same question. How far does a legend fall before it stops being one? Did you know a single bank robbery almost destroyed the Northern Ireland peace process? On the night of December 19, 2004, IRA members moved silently into the homes of Northern Bank employees in Belfast. They held the families hostage while the workers reported to work the next morning like nothing was wrong. No alarms, no struggle, no signs of force. The employees simply walked in and handed over £26.5 million in cash. The largest bank robbery in British and Irish history pulled off without firing a single shot. Then the political earthquake hit. British and Irish governments publicly blamed the IRA by name, right at the most delicate moment of the Northern Ireland peace talks. Sinn Féin leaders were tied to the operation. Years of diplomatic progress teetered on the edge. But the Northern Bank made one move nobody saw coming. They voided their entire note circulation overnight. Every stolen bill became worthless paper by morning. £26.5 million gone. The perfect heist had one fatal flaw. The bank could simply erase the money.